Hey guys, so today I wanted to film a quick life update. I haven't done one of these videos in a little while, so I figured I'd kind of update you on what's been going on and what's going to be happening in the near future and just everything. Luis and I are living in this apartment right now. We signed a very long lease. I think it was a 15-month lease, so we've been living here since last August. Our lease is over in November. So we're trying to figure out what we want to do when our lease is up. One thing that we really wanted to do was save our money for the wedding and to pay off our debt. And I kind of think that the only way to do that is to either move into a really cheap apartment or to not live in an apartment anymore, because I mean, here in this area, apartments are not cheap. They're actually really, really expensive. And it's kind of like, do we move into another apartment and not really be able to save anything, or do we find another option? So we decided to talk about it and kind of find another option, and this is what we came up with. So we are actually going to move into my parents' house for about 6 months, 5 or 6 months I'd say. Our plan is that when our lease is up, we're gonna move our stuff to my parents' spare bedroom. We're basically gonna be renting the room from them. And Luis and I already talked about it, and we told my parents that we are not moving in there unless we pay them some money and help with the bills, because that's 2 extra mouths that my mom has to feed, and you know, it's just not easy to take 2 adults into the house. So we decided that we would pay them either a little bit of rent, or we would help pay for the bills and of course pay for our share of basically everything. And we're going to bring our stuff with us. We're going to bring our bed, our nightstands, and our TV, and we're pretty much going to live out of the spare bedroom. So that way it kind of gives us some time to save up some money. Yeah, we're still going to have to pay like car payments and phone bills and stuff like that, but it is going to save us way more money because we're not paying rent anymore. The plan is to save our money while we're living with my parents, and then we will find an apartment and move into there right before we get married, get our stuff settled. That way after we get married we'll have like a stable place to stay. And so that is what we decided. I just never thought that once I moved out I would ever end up back at my parents' house. And Luis and I have been living on our own for about 3 years now. Seriously, I never thought I'd be back at my mom's. Which, it's not bad because we do have our own space. We're gonna have our own room that like no one's gonna go in. It's gonna have all our stuff in it. And then on top of that, it's like, we're never really home. I mean, we go to work all day and then we eat dinner and we're in bed. So, it's not that big of a deal. It's not like, you know, everybody's going to be in our space or anything like that. We'll have our own privacy. We'll have our own bathroom. And I think that it's going to be a good thing. It'll be what's best for us. I'm actually really looking forward to it because I'm looking forward to being able to save up some money and just kind of not have to worry about paying for all the unnecessary bills that we have to pay for now, like cable and electricity and stuff like that. So that'll be in November. The rest of our stuff is going to be put into some kind of storage, and then when we move we'll just take everything out of storage. So one thing that Luis and I were sure about is that we want to pay my parents to stay at their house. We're not teenagers anymore, so we're not going to mooch off of them. We are adults and we're old enough to pay our share of the bills. I know that some people are kind of like, oh, like you're moving back in with your parents, like they're your parents, like why are they making you pay for stuff? It's not even like that. I want to help pay for stuff because, I mean, they don't have to let us move back there, you know what I mean? That's one thing that kind of bothers me is when you're old enough to like have a job and make your own money, especially when you're over the age of 18, I definitely think that it's important to help pay if you're living at home. And I kind of think that it's not cool if you're like living at home and you're older than 18 and you're not helping with anything. So I'm really excited for it. It's going to be different but it'll only be for about 5 or 6 months, and then after that we'll be back on our own. So that's basically it. That is what's going on right now. I think moving into this apartment was kind of a mistake because we knew that we'd be able to afford it, but at the same time, I don't think we thought about everything that we're gonna have to pay for here. So definitely when we move into another apartment, it'll be a cheaper one, and it definitely will not be next to a dump. Oh my gosh, these apartments. If you've got any questions about basically anything, you can leave them in the comments below. But yeah, I just figured I'd give you guys a quick life update, just so that you knew what was going on, what's going to be going on in the future. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll talk to you next time. Bye.